Over the years, more than 80% of the forest cover is destroyed in the country, and now only 20% is remaining.
ඇත්තම 108ක් විතර විනාශලා තියෙන කැලේ අපිට පුළුවන් කමක් තියෙනවා මේ වගේ කඩලාන වගා කරලා කඩලා නැත්තැන් වල ඒක ආපහු යථාර්ථයටපත් කරගන්න.
The island of Sri Lanka is at the forefront of the battle against climate change. Mangrove forests form green belts around much of the island nation. They act as a buffer from tsunamis, hurricanes, and other natural disasters. Mangrove habitats also lead to healthier coral reef fish populations, a breeding ground for life. They provide juvenile fish with protection until they are ready to move to coral reefs. And they are a bountiful means of livelihood.
Mangroves are the great vital trees for the people, the sacred trees, because their livelihood completely depends on the mangrove trees.
These thick mangrove areas also sequester very high amounts of carbon, 3 to 5 times that of tropical forests, and thus play a crucial role in ameliorating global warming. In the past 50 years, half of the world's mangroves have been destroyed. In Sri Lanka, a brutal civil war lasted for 26 of those years. It took the lives of nearly 100,000 and devastated over a third of Sri Lanka's mangrove forests. Some were bombed to expose the hiding place of enemy forces. As of 2009, the war is over. Development is underway. In the mangroves, 2 organizations survey the lagoon and set out with one common purpose: preserve and restore 100% of Sri Lanka's mangroves.
We're here now in Sri Lanka because we're about to launch an exciting project protecting 9,000 hectares of threatened mangrove forest and replanting an additional 4,000 hectares of destroyed mangrove areas.
Sri Lanka's existing mangrove forests store an estimated 16.3 million metric tons of carbon in their soil, roots, and biomass.
Dwayne, this is the first mangrove center built in the world, I think. 20 years back, we built the center.
Right.
20 years back.
You were the leader in doing
Yeah,
this.
actually 20 years back, yes, we started the mangrove.
And have they made a difference in preservation of mangroves throughout
Yes,
Sri Lanka?
well, yeah, definitely. Now, last 20 years, Ecology supported us in big way to protect the mangroves. We have set up Kelakale Mangrove Center, Urniya Mangrove Center under the support of Ecology program. We thought again to work together with Ecology to protect the mangroves, not only this particular 1 or 2 places, entire country. Protect the mangroves, entire country.
A word or two about Ecology, the only NGO in the whole world whose sole focus is to preserve island environmments around the world. We don't do anything on the continents at all. So the 1 or 2 reasons I am here is to go see some of the areas where you have worked and where you will work. And I also want to make sure, talking with government officials, that this is something that you think would be a good idea.
We need to identify the boundaries. So I think I congratulate all of you to initiate some action, and thereby the next step is to how to protect it. The further step is to have more mangroves around the country, which will benefit the people of this country.
Now we have already had a sort of extensive discussion with Ecology as well as the Sri Lankan partners. The Honorable Minister of Environment and Renewable Energy has already given us the permissions to go ahead with this project.
Sri Lanka's government is in full support of the project. This will be the first time that a nation protects every single one of its mangrove forests.
Mechanism for trapping carbon dioxide into organic carbon, that is called photosynthesis, where the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, it is absorbed into the green parts of the trees, and then they are converted into cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin, and lignin. I'm particularly interested in talking on these species, Chrysophora species. The Small Fishes Federation here, they have planted this species in this lagoon. Can be found that this species is also very efficient in terms of absorbing carbon dioxide and very high survival rate. So survival is very important. The global warming has been created due to the excess amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. That excess carbon came from the fossil fuel burning. So if we can monitor mangroves to absorb a significant amount of that carbon dioxide into mangroves, that would be a solution for this global warming. That's why we are talking about mangroves. If you visited that area 13 years before, you wouldn't see any mangrove there. That was just a bare land with no mangroves. That was a result of good aftercare.
1,600 hectares of mangroves were available in that grove. But during the wartime, large extent of mangroves were destroyed because of these reasons. Right now, exactly we don't know how many acres are remaining.
So, Anu, this area we're walking on right now, you mentioned was all mangrove forest. Why was it cut down? Something to do with the war?
This area is severely affected by the war, and the LTT was hide out because of the
and the LTT is the Tamil tigers.
Tamil tigers.
Okay, so the government destroyed this so the Tamil tigers couldn't hide in this forest.
Right, yes.
And part of the program of Ecology and the Fishers Federation has, we're going to replant this area. It seems to me that this is a doubly important time to work to preserve mangroves. First, the Civil War is now over, which is exciting news all around the country. And secondly, when a war ends, it's a great time for development, but that's the time you need to protect.
Protect the right. With the people, we have to protect this land.
Other threats to mangroves: croplands, shrimp farms, often created in haste for short-term gains.
ඇත්තම අපි දකින්නේ මේ කල්වාන පරිසර පද්ධතිය විනාශ කරලා කරන එක ක්‍රියාවලියක් මේ කෘත්‍රිම සමගාව තමයි අපි මේ දකින්නේ.
Douglas Tissera is a fisherman. His family has relied on the bounty of mangroves for a lifetime.
මම හිතන්නේ විශ්වකර්මාන්තේ පටන් ගත්තේ 1984 අවුරුද්දේ අවුරුදු 20ක් යද්දී ඒකට දාන කෘත්‍රිම ද්‍රව්‍ය හින්දා දැනට ඉස්සන් කර්මාන්තයට වැළඳලා තියෙන ලෙඩ රෝග හින්දා අවුරුදු 20ක් විතර දැනට ඉස්සන් කර්මාන්තේ අඩාලලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒකත් එක්ක තිබිච්ච කරුණාල පරිසර පද්ධතිය ඉස්සන් කර්මාන්තයේ හින්දා 1984 විතර පටන් අරගෙන මේ වෙනකොට විශාල වශයෙන් විනාශලා තියෙනවා. නැවත යථා තත්ත්වයට පත් කරගන්න අමාරු විදිහට.
மீனை பிடிச்சிட்டு போகிறதா நமக்கு நன்மை. கடல் இருக்கிற தான் மீன் வராது, இல்லாட்டி மீன் வளராது. இன்றைக்கிட்ட மால்பிகாக்கெல்லாம் கண்டு விடுவாங்க.
When the war was finally over, many women had lost family members.
They are widows. They are the breadwinners of the houses and the families. They don't have money.
For poor families who relied on fishing, there was desperation and little regulation. Anything to make a living. Some even turned to cutting down mangroves in order to sell firewood to the big cities like Colombo.
ඇත්තටම මේ ලංකාවේ තියෙන කරුණාන පරිසර පද්ධතිය මම හිතන්නේ නැගෙනහිර මේ අපි ඉන්න උපාවර ප්‍රදේශයේ තියෙන කරුණාන පරිසර පද්ධතිය ඉතාම වැදගත් පරිසර පද්ධතියක් වෙනවා. ඒක ප්‍රධාන හේතු දෙකක් තියෙනවා. එකක් තමයි ලංකාවේ අනිකුත් ප්‍රදේශවල නැති කරුණානට විශේෂ වූ සත්ත්ව වර්ග මේකේ ඉන්නවා. අනික තමයි මේකේ මේ කරුණාන පරිසර පද්ධතියේ දැනට හඳුනගත් නොගත් ශාකල සුසු කීපයක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන් කියලා අපි අනුමාන කරනවා. ඒ නිසා මේ කරුණාන පරිසර පද්ධතිය අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම අපි ආරක්ෂා කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒකට ආරක්ෂා කරගන්න ඉතාම ඉක්මනින් අපි මේ කපන එක නතර කරන්න ඕනේ. ඉතින් පච්චල්ල යාලා වැඩියෙන් කපන්නේ නැහැ වෙන අය කපලා දාපුවා ගත්තා වරන් එනවා කියලා. නෑ ඒක නෙමෙයි වෙන්නේ ඇතුලේ. ඇතුලේ වෙන්නේ මේගොල්ලෝ කපනවා ඉස්සල්ලා ඊට පස්සේ තමයි මේකෙලට ගේන්නේ. வெட்டினா உங்களுக்கு கரிமில்ல இது வெட்டினா நீங்கள் கரிமில்ல இது
நாங்க பச்சை வெட்டுற இல்ல தானே காஞ்சை தான் எடுப்போம் கொல்லிக்கு பச்சை கறிஞ்ச மரம் எங்களை கொண்டு போயிருக்காங்களே
பச்சை அங்காளபுரத்தில் வெட்டுது அப்போ இங்கே கொண்டு வரேன் இது இல்ல
எங்க செய்ய மாட்டேன் எங்களுக்கு ஒரு வருமானம் ஒரு காசு பண்ண ஒரு அது தொழில் இல்லாதால தான் இதை வந்து கொண்டு போய் அடுப்புக்க மாட்டேன் காசு இல்லை தானே கொல்லி வாங்க.
As reforestation commences in the nearly 10,000 acres of devastated areas like these, neighboring Sri Lankans need to earn money in other ways.
அதனால வந்து அந்த நாங்கள் தூரம் போய் அங்கே மீன் பிடிக்கிறது தானே அந்த கண்டலை நட்டின போது அந்த கண்டலுக்குள்ளே வந்து அந்த மீன்கள் முட்டையிட வருது, இறால் வருது, நண்டு வருது. அதனால் எங்களுக்கு அவ்வளோ தூரம் போய் அதை பிடிக்க வேண்டிய அவசியம் இல்லை.
These are all members of Sudisa. Since 1997, thousands of people have completed job training with Sudisa's microfinance loans ranging from $40 to $500. They can start their own businesses, from agriculture to retail.
So what you see in front of us, we are now at a Sudisa Community Center. All these products were made as a result of the microloan funds that Sudisa gave to these women, and they're making all these products and they're selling them in the markets. So it's not just food, we've got backpacks and dresses. Let's go see what's at this table here. Candles and all these wonderful, beautiful crafts, and even knives and baskets, all made possible by microloan grants which they were given in return for protecting the mangrove forest.
The Psychology Sri Lanka project will offer microfinance opportunities to an additional 15,000 people who live adjacent to mangrove forests.
දුප්පත් අයට රජයේ බැංකුවකින්වත් ලෝන් එකක් දෙන්නේ නැහැනේ. අපේ රටේ එහෙම නීතියක් තියෙනවා.
What's your success rate about getting the loans paid back? Do the women pay back the loans usually or not?
ප්‍රමාණය සීමාව කොහොමද? නයි ගෙවන දෙකට කොහොමද?
බොහෝ අවස්ථාවල මේ
Sudisa put a program together that not only lends the women the money, but even more importantly, teaches them how to put a business plan together and to set up a small business and to be successful and to repay the loans.
It's stimulating an economic rejuvenation of the country, and it's giving people a purpose in life and a hope. And it's our hope to be able to double the program in the next few years and set an example for the rest of the world.
මගේ ගම්මාන තියෙනවා මේ 23ක් මම යට මම කාලණය කරන ගම්මාන 23ක් තියෙනවා කල්පිටි කලාපේ. ඉතින් ඒ ගම්මාන 23 සමාජිකයින්ට ණය වැඩසටහන් කරගෙන යමින් ගමන කඩුලාන වැඩසටහනේ කියන්නේ කඩුලානේ තියෙන වටිනාකම දැනුවත් කරලා තියෙනවා.
Actually, the awareness of what mangroves do for our environment and what they give back, it's starting to become very clear to the rest of the world as well as Sri Lanka that it's one of the most important ecological opportunities that the planet would have.
මම හිතන්නේ පහුගිය අවුරුදු 10යි ඉස්සර අවුරුදු 10යි බලපුවාම පහුගිය අවුරුදු 10 වෙච්ච දේවල් එක්කලා කරපු දේවල් එක්කලා තව අවුරුදු 15ක් මේක සීකුලජ ආයතනයත් එක්කලා වැඩසටහන ක්‍රියාත්මක කරුවොත් මම හිතන්නේ අපිට පුළුවන් කමක් තියෙන ලංකාවේ සියලුම කඩලුවාන නැති වෙලා තියෙන තැන්වල විනාශ වෙලා තියෙන තැන්වල හිටවලා හොඳ කඩලුවාන පරිසර පද්ධතිය නිර්මාණය කරන්න. මම ලාංකිකයෙක් වශයෙන් මම දැන් මේ කරන කාර්යභාරය සම්පූර්ණ ලංකාව වටේම කරපුවාම මට දැනෙනවා සතුටක් මම ලංකාවේම තියෙන කඩලුවාන පරිසර පද්ධතිය ආරක්ෂා කරන්න ආයතනෙත් එක්ක යම් දෙයක් කරුවා කියලා. සතුටක් ලැබෙනවා.